Hey, and welcome finally back to Gunners Pitchside. I know I haven't been making much content recently, but that's down to the lack of Arsenal games. I know a disappointing January transfer window, but let's think of the bigger picture. We got rid of Mal Deadwood. We would have only got rid of him in the summer anyway. Whether we've got enough to finish in the top four, whether we would have finished in the top four anyway. I think Europa League would be is more attainable this season. If we get top four, then I will be singing from the highest hill in my city. Believe it or not. Well, I won't be, but I'll be celebrating Champions League return. That starts on Thursday night against Bruno Lage's Wolverhampton Wanderers, the impressive Wolves. Now, if we lose to Wolves, it's at Wolves. We play Wolves twice in 2 weeks because of the fixture congestion and COVID and all that. So all these weird fixtures are coming up. Now, they went out yesterday to Norwich City, so maybe we need to go and have a word with Norwich to see how they did it. You know, they have some impressive players. Podence on the left, he's a menace. We all know how good Ruben Neves is dictating play. Their goalkeeper is one of the best in the league behind Mende and Ramsdale. He's right up there. You know, and De Gea, he is in the top 5 goalkeepers in the Premier League. João Moutinho, who smashed in a 25-yard screamer and won the game against us last season. Do you remember that? With Aubameyang's departure, Pepe had a good African nations. I think Pepe now has a massive role to play. And I hope Arteta is thinking outside of the box. You know, you can't just bring Pepe on to take Saka off the last 5 minutes of the game. That's not going to help anyone. Pepe needs to be put in a more central role. You either do that, you either put Pepe on the other wing and put Martinelli more central, leave Lacazette on the bench, or Laka and Martinelli link up centrally. He's going to have to tinker with things, I think. And he's had plenty of time in training to do this. Now, ideally, we need 6 points against Wolves. We're quite capable of doing that. We're a better team than Wolverhampton Wanderers. But look how hard, they won at Old Trafford recently. Just about everyone else has done that apart from us this season. How on earth we lost that game still baffles me. And I'm not really interested in the FA Cup. Like any cup competition Arsenal crash out of, apart from the Champions League, I sort of lose interest in it. I watched Kidderminster Harriers versus West Ham. Kidderminster, unlucky. But that's the class. Bring on Declan Rice. Look what a difference he made. What a player he is. What we could do with a Declan Rice right now. From what I'm saying, I think Arsenal will have a big summer. But we're going to need Europe. If Arteta finishes anywhere below 6th, he must be sacked. We cannot go another season without Europe. And that UEFA Conference League is not Europe. That's a pathway to the Europa League. That's not going to attract top players. And it attracted any top players at Tottenham, has it? It's just an annoyance and an extra strain on your players in some crappy third-rate European competition. So I'd rather not be in it. But I certainly don't want to finish 8th again. Maybe 9th. Maybe 9th would be better. No, I don't see Arsenal falling off that much, especially with the class of Martinelli and Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Partey. Especially the way he looked against Manchester City. He looked real back to his badass best. He looked like, I mean, that was his best performance in an Arsenal shirt. We've got William Saliba coming back. That's good news. Guendouzi, I'm not too sure about that. I think he will probably be sold. But a lot more than 10 million now he's broken into the French national squad. I know Real Madrid have been sniffing around William Saliba. He's going nowhere. Nowhere. We need cover at the back. And Saliba's that cover until he can break into the first team. I think Ben White might have his hands full keeping his space there once Saliba proves how good he is. Because I believe he's a much better centre-back than Ben White, as good as White is. Can we beat Wolves in the next 2 games? We've got them in 2 weeks. Got one Thursday night. Then we've got them on the Emirates 2 weeks after that. We need 4 points maximum. We need at least a draw at their place. And we've got to beat them at home. I'll take 2 1-0s right now. I don't care how we do it. We've got to beat Bruno Lage's Wolves twice in 2 weeks. And they're going to be interesting games to watch, especially the second game. Because tactically, you know, Arteta's got his work cut out here. Because he's coming up against an experienced team. And we're a young team. You know, we've got like 1 or 2 free experienced players in the team. Xhaka, Partey, and Lacazette if he plays. So I'm confident we can do them. I really am, because I think we're a better team than them. And I think we owe them one. I think we owe them one for that defeat last season. So I don't think we deserved it. And yeah, I think a dodgy VAR decision as well went against us. So, you know, luck plays a big part in these big games. And all we have is Premier League games. We've got full weekends of the Premier League season. But we've got nothing because of the Cup. It's a pretty boring time to be an Arsenal supporter. But it's also an interesting time. You know, it's going to be a pretty grim time if we start losing. And teams above us carry on picking up points. Especially Spurs. Because they got a worse team than us. But they got a much better manager. And that's why I say, if Mikel Arteta does not get us back in the Europa League minimum, he must be sacked. Thoughts and comments below. Hit that subscribe button. And you'll be seeing a lot more of me next season out on the road.